All right, hello? Hello, can you hear me? All right, welcome to the first edition of Monkey Movie Mondays. During this time on these beautiful Mondays, we're gonna take a look at movies that include in any way a monkey/ape. If the film includes a monkey even in the background, then it is qualified to be included on Monkey Movie Mondays. We are definitely excluding man-apes because man-apes do not count as full monkey. So the first film that is gonna start our list off, to start off our monkey viewing journey, is gonna be the cinematic masterpiece that is known as MVP2 Most Vertical Primate.
The producers of Air Bud are bringing Jack back. Now Jack is taking skating in a whole new direction.
What the? This is Mandy Parker coming to you from the regional qualifying trials for skateboarding's national championship. This competition has just gotten wild. This crowd is going crazy with excitement.
MVP2, Most Vertical Primate.
Jack, are you okay?
If you don't know anything about this movie, I will let you know that it is like I said already, it is a masterpiece. It is a perfect film altogether, from cinematography with shots like this, and acting performances with line delivery like this.
We're never gonna find Jack this way. It's been days.
We're not gonna give up until we find Jack. Okay, let's go this way.
And emotional stakes like this one.
They found us, Jack. They're gonna separate us.
Now, the film starts off with an introduction into our character. Our main character is a chimpanzee named Jack, and Jack, if you haven't seen the original, I have not seen the original either, but I'm pretty sure I can guess how it's gonna turn out. Jack is really good at hockey. So he is up for free agency in the ZHL, it's called in this world, and he gets drafted by the Seattle Simians, which is very close to my heart, being from Seattle, so I love this. So Jack goes to Seattle to become a member of the team, and he is not accepted by everyone right off the bat. He's specifically not welcomed by a man named Rob Poirier, I think his name is, a Poirier or whatever, but essentially he's the star of the team, but he's not a star of the team anymore because this guy Jack has come in and taken his popularity. So first game happens, the Simians are down a couple points, and Jack has been benched because Poirier told the coach that if Jack is on the field or Jack is on the rink, I don't know what the fuck they call it in hockey, if Jack is playing, then he will not be. So they're trying their hardest to pull through without him, but they just can't. They have to go to their secret weapon, which is Jack. And so Jack gets put in, and he's doing great. He's scoring all these crazy goals, and the Simians are now going insano mode. For the next couple games, they're just being dominant on the field. This, or whatever the fuck it's called, rink. This chimp is so goddamn good that he's making this entire league look like a bunch of fucking chimpanzees in skates, am I right? And so, Rob Poirier has now become kind of like the laughingstock of the ZHL world, because he's getting overshadowed by this ape who is just too damn good at hockey. There's this fucking hilarious scene, like genuinely funny scene, where Poirier goes to a bar, but instead of like chugging like shots or beers, he's got fucking milkshakes like SpongeBob movie. And he's got like 6 milkshakes, and then the waitress comes up and she goes, "You want another?" And he goes, "Yeah, make it a double." Come on, dude. You gotta laugh at that. It's so fucking goofy. One day in the locker room, Poirier sees a picture of of Jack and Louie, his little brother, his cute little baby brother, who they definitely at some point in the film just fucking replaced Jack with. And like, you know, this is a movie for, you know, stupid dumb little kids like how I was. They really hit it off, and Poye and him kind of have this moment where they're where, you know, they respect each other. Poye and Jack end up bonding over the fact that they're missing their families. Poye has family over in LA, and Jack is, you know, I don't know where, they never say where the fucking Jack's like family is from, but you know, he's separated from his family. So they end up being buddies, and they end up just they end up playing even better, because now Poye and Jack are like in sync, and they're like doing really good with one of their rival teams, I don't remember, they are like, well, we gotta take this monkey out, so what we gotta do is we're gonna pretend like he bit me. And so he gets like fucking ketchup and like writes on his hand, and like they come up with this big like plot to like make it look like he bit him. And he's like, oh god, the fucking monkey bit my goddamn hand. And they're like, oh, that's crazy, Jack, you're out of here. And so Jack leaves. Jack gets like taken out of the game, and he's like hiding in the locker room. Instead of like being in the locker room, he like hides and like runs away. He like hides in this trash can or whatever. He sleeps in a trash can. This really sad shot of him sleeping in the trash can. But then he meets Ben, who is kind of like, all of these animal movies have some sort of like lead child who is the best friend of the animal that is the star of the show. In this case, it's Ben, and Ben is a skateboarder. And I'm pretty sure that the kid is actually the one who is skating, which is cool, because you don't see that a lot. You know, you'll see like an actor who's like, oh yeah, I skate, and then it'll like, you know, fucking be Tony Hawk as like a stuntman. But yeah, so Jack meets Ben, and then they kind of hit it off. Ben's sleeping in this like shack, but the shack is like next to like an emptied out pool, so Ben's just able to like skate it and like shred it up. And then out of nowhere, he sees Jack, and Jack has made his way like onto like a slide or like some fucking lifeguard stand. And he's like, hey, you want to try skating? And Jack's like, sure. And then at this point, it's an entirely different fucking chimp. And the chimp is now shredding it up. And they have this like, there's this like montage of them like kind of hitting it off and being friends. Meanwhile, there's this like mass search that's going around trying to find Jack and trying to figure out where this fucking guy is. And there's not like a panic going around. They're like sad. They're like, oh, we missed Jack. But it's like, there's a fucking chimpanzee just running rampant in Seattle somewhere. It's just fucking crazy. As someone from Seattle, if we found out that there was a chimp just out fucking loose, we would be panicking. Me, on the other hand, I would be trying to catch it, and then I would be best friends with it. So anyway, it kind of leads up into there's a CPS person that's trying to look for Ben because he ran away from his foster home. He's just been kind of bumming it at this shack for, you know, however long. He's kind of kitted up this shack into be like this sweet little hangout spot. Super cool. If I was a kid, I would have been like all over that. He meets the skate shop owner, and the skate shop owner is like, you know, being nice to Ben and everything, and Ben breaks his board. Trying to run from like cops and the CPS person. And so he's like in the guy's dumpster, and the guy comes out and he's like, you need parts? And he's like, yeah, I can't afford it though. And the guy's like, and then the fucking shop owner's name's like Ollie or something like that, shows him, and he's like, hey, well, you try this. And then he does, and he's like, let me see what you got. And then fucking Ben does this like shitty little line. I say shitty, but I couldn't fucking do it. And then Ollie's like, how would you like to use that board for the big skate competition that's happening tomorrow? And then Ben's like, oh boy, would I? And then at the skating event, they Ryan Sheckler is in this movie, skateboarder Ryan Sheckler, and Bob Burnquist is also in it too, which is cool. There's this big event where there's other kid skaters, and then it's finally Ben's turn, and then the cop and the CPS person are at this event, and they're like, well, we're gonna let him do the skate thing first because it's a fucking children's movie, and I know CPS agent would like storm the fucking half pipe and tackle his ass. Ben goes up to the top, and he's like so nervous, but then fucking Jack comes in, and he's like, look, dude, you can do this. I know you can do this. Let's do it together. And so they both hit the fucking half pipe at the same time. They're shredding it up. And then once Ben gets in his rhythm, fucking Jack dips out and, lets him do his thing. And then at the very end, Ben ends up winning the competition and winning $1,000 and a sponsorship from Bob Burnquist. And he gets to have like a little celebratory skate sesh. And then the CPS person's like, all right, Ben, time to come with me. And then Ollie's like, hey, what if you know, what if I adopt him? What if he stays with me? And the kid doesn't like question it at all. He's like, you mean it? You really mean it? You want to have me as a child? The CPS person also doesn't fucking question it at all either. They're just like, okay, never met you before, but sure, you can adopt this fucking boy. And then the cop, who this whole time we've been thinking is trying to like catch Jack and like lock him up. They're like, the Simians are down by 2, Jack. We gotta get you to the stadium to save them. And Ben's like, you mean you're not gonna arrest him? And he goes, are you kidding me? This is our star player. Stupid shit like that. Jack ends up going. Also, there's a little subplot that happens where Louis is trying to go find Jack, and he goes to the stadium, and all of the fucking players think that Jack is, or thinks that Louis is Jack, even though they look radically different. Louis can only the actor that plays Louis can only skateboard, so he doesn't know how to fucking skate. And so he's like getting like fucked up on the rink and just getting, you know, has no idea what to do. And then all the players are like, it's all right, Jack, you're just rusty. It's fucking so goddamn stupid, dude. Jack ends up going back to the stadium. They end up coming back in the very end and winning the game or the tournament or whatever it was, and everyone lives happily ever after. I love this movie. Like, all jokes aside, I really actually like enjoy this. I don't think that it's a good movie by any means, but it's got such a soft, warm, fuzzy spot in my heart just because I remember putting the fucking VHS tape in my bedroom when I couldn't sleep, and I you know, watched Jack do some cool ollies and stuff. What I want to do with this series is I would like to break down the significance of the ape or monkey in the film. In this instance, what is the significance of Jack in this film? Other than the fact that we wouldn't have a film if it wasn't for Jack. Jack represents the pureness of humanity. Jack represents more than just a fun monkey in a film. He is he's our glue. He's the thing that binds us together. And there's nothing in this film. There's nothing like Jack. Jack is his own thing. Even someone close to him, like Louis, is not Jack. Jack represents in this film heroicism. You know, he doesn't talk, so stoicism as well. We just have so much time to hold on the idea of Jack is this infinite, gorgeous being that's able to transcend the human experience. You know, he's pure good. He's almost like a Christ-like figure, especially in this film. He's just the Messiah of this world. And I really think that having him in this film is such a, it makes me genuinely like emotional talking about it, but it's just, there's nothing like Jack. There's no one like Jack. And Jack is everything. He is so pure-hearted, and he's just perfect. He's without flaws. He is a perfect character, and he gets to enlighten everyone that is around him. He brings so much joy to everyone just by being a goofy little monkey man, just being a goofy little dude, just being a silly little guy. You know, he's just a fucking silly dude. There's nothing more pure in the world than being a certified SLG. You know, a silly little guy. And I think the world would be better if we just embraced Jack as our Messiah, as our savior, because really you can pick up a lot from this film. Especially you can pick up the subtleties of Jack's performance as well. He definitely steals the show in everything that he's doing. There's no one like Jack. There never will be, other than the 2 other films. He's still there. This is a masterpiece. If I had to rate it, if I had to give it a rating, I would give it 5 banana bunches out of 5 banana bunches.
Okay.
It's just perfect. It's a great movie, and being the fact that it is a monkey movie, there is a movie about a monkey. I think this is a great place to start our journey as we dive deeper into the relationship between monkey and cinema. And I think that this is a great launching off point, because this is the full right when it comes to movie monkeys. This is not just a movie that includes a monkey. This is a monkey movie. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back next week to talk to you about another monkey movie and hopefully have some sort of guest. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about this masterpiece of a film. Happy Monkey Movie Mondays, and I hope you guys eat a banana today.